Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at the 57th devlog for the Isle. Hopefully we get some news about Allo and Rex and all the good stuff. First off we got Felipe talking about how he's completed the main setup for Rex montages. I don't know what a montage for Rex would be, but maybe that's some type of like ambush. The Dino suitcase needs some special treatment due to its morph target and setup animations. I'm assuming that's for the kit adjustment it's getting. The core system for Rex and Trike are now mostly finished. Okay, good. With the crushability undergoing some bug fixing, leaving sparring as the final step for full release. I've been working on a variety of systems. There are now foliage sounds which trigger when animals move through larger vegetation. I guess that'll be good to make it feel more immersive. This really helps communicate dinosaur activity to players that they were missing before just because they couldn't see one another. Yeah, it helps you hear with the people around you. Besides that, I've also been working on the Allosaurus. Primarily, its special ability that allows them to pull a victim down or pull themselves on top of it. So I'm assuming that'll be weight based, yeah, depending on the size of the victim. The main setup for this is done, allowing for balance to be set up before we move into bug fixes and visuals. Okay, so it's going pretty good in development. Some more changes have been done to server-side to improve its stability and performance with good results so far, plus several bug fixes in general. See you. Okay, so it's not a lot of information, but I've liked what I've heard here. Good to hear about Allo, Rex, Dino, all that good stuff. Ariel, programmer. I spent much of the month working on Triceratops, fixing various issues that came up, also making some improvements to sparring in general. The sidestep in particular is more responsible and now is easier to follow up with other abilities to disengage. Okay, cool. The thrash attack is now activated by double clicking LMB. That can be done from all forms of locomotion. It might take some time getting used to at first, but provides far better control. And I'm assuming the thrash attack is the more heavy hitting one, so rather than holding you just double click. I guess that can be better for control. I also made various improvements and bug fixes here and there. Many of the dinosaurs are getting fixed to feel more responsive from how quickly they can move out of their resting states to movement after using certain attacks. Yeah, that's good because sometimes it can feel a bit like clunky and it makes you kind of unimmerse yourself. I also made the camera movement smoother when sitting down or standing up. Okay, nice, so it like flows rather than jumping. Finally, I also worked a bit on Hipsy's climbing feature. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for that too. Being able to nest in trees. Visual Tech 48, Environmental Artist. This month has been all about tunnels, aka guts. Who would have guessed? This month I've built the whole construction to be able to be used mostly with simplicity, okay, while keeping the amount of pieces as low as it can get, to not introduce any unnecessary complexity where in fact we don't need it. Yeah, I think Guts is a cool thing coming up. I'm not really that interested in it because I'm more in it for the dinosaurs, but it's still cool to see. This does not mean that tunnels are simple in nature, but rather than its assembly has been brought down to be as simple as it could to assemble, giving Jace, our level designer, a lot of room and freedom to maneuver while giving him ample time to decorate the interior of the Guts collections. Yeah, it's always good to see how they can develop these though. It's looking really cool. Like, I will try out humans, and when I do, it's gonna really be nice to see all these buildings. These models are now called corrective pieces, as they make sure that we allow full scale of vertically and horizontally during building, such as various pieces of staircase, diagonal rooms, ramps, etc. Cool. Alongside those, I've made short pieces of tunnels to allow very interesting mixing, such as 2 tunnels or even X tunnels side by side, or like connection, like an X, without breaking the grid. Okay, image here, very simple tunnel layout in less than 20 minutes without pieces. Cool. It's kind of like building one of those, if you ever did as a kid, those train tracks that you build or anything similar to that. You can just attach all the pieces together, make a little building. This will be cool though because every time you go into it, it'll be different. some diagonal pieces. Oh yeah, cool. It connects above the sodas. Little mop bucket. Looks like a control room almost with a keypad. Wonder what's in there. Another angle of the control room. Some seats for waiting, I guess, and an elevator. So I'm assuming maybe we can use this elevator. This is like a second floor. Cool. And finally, I've begun working on a massive new hub, which isn't the industrial one, who I won't for now disclose much, and will sadly have to wait for the next example. I will leave with this thought. Why is that so small? Yeah, it just looks like a big building. What I can see from here with like a door and a room here. Can't see much of that size. That is me for the month. Wedge, sound designer. This is the month I've been finishing off Triceratops' vocal call sounds. Yes, it's gonna be good to hear those finally finished. I mean, that 4 call is already... Mwah. Firstly, working on final adjustments to the design of the adult vocal sounds, and then working on the mix down for each, and ensuring that each call's sounds are weighty and powerful at both full and out of breath stages. Yeah, it's really good to like feel like an apex when you play as an apex. This feeling that you're humongous, that you're at the top of the food chain, and anything that wants to fight you will have to put their life on the line. I've completed both the subadult and juvenile vocals as well, making sure each vocal was both similar length to match the new animations and the adult vocal, as well as carrying the aesthetic design of the adult vocals but reflecting the growth stage for each. Okay, cool. I also finalized the implementation of vocals, making sure vocals are both crossfade cleanly across all the growth stages, and that the pitch modulation for each vocal of the individual growth stages is manipulated so that the transition at each individual growth value is clean, clear, and sounds appropriate. Okay, that's good. Just means as we grow, we sound how we should now, because I know if you guys played on the horde test, your juvenile trike has adult calls, so I'm assuming that's now fixed, or will be in the next patch. Kissing kitten, producer. This will be short and sweet, but since the horde test has been dominating our focus largely, thanks again for those of you that participated. We've been spending time bug fixing and keeping a watchful eye on how the Triceratops is performing. There needs to be some adjustments here and there, like the night vision, but largely with Triceratops we are pretty satisfied with how the creature landed. However, there is still more work to be done to ensure the Triceratops and Tyrannosaurus are able to have their epic showdown in a fashion befitting 2 of the most popular dinosaurs of all time. So while all that bug smashing stuff is happening, the rest of the team is working on other things, okay? From knocking out skins for Acro and Suka, I haven't heard a lot of those in a while, to elder related stuff like Spinosaurus, Quetz, and Para. Yeah, that's really good to hear. I can't wait to see how these guys' elders most look, if they show it today. I've been doing some animation prep, working for things like Baronix's defensive stance, Ava's attacks, Hipsy's climb finalization, Dryer's springboarding, Kentro's defensive stance, Para's revisiting. I'm not sure what that is. Unless she's saying she's going back to it. Omniraptor crouch pursuit? Ah, that must be the new type of pounce thing. Charge jump and more. Charge jump. Ostroraptor is rebelling a little bit, but nothing we can't handle. Okay, I'm hoping to see that this year too. Maybe like 3rd quadrant. All in, or we're going to be touching up a fair amount of the current roster so they can all nestle into the niches and mechanics for the foreseeable future. Yeah, that's good to see. They're like ensuring like little things like Hipsy, Dry, all that. They're getting the kit adjustments they need so they're actually viable and working, and that way you don't need to go back to them later and you can just have more focus on the new stuff. That's pretty much it for the month. Bugs, changes, tweaks, and a steady standard. I'll drop some pics and clips for you though. See ya. Alright. So this one is an Ava chomping. Okay. Cool. Next we have an Ava turning. It does really give me those nostalgia feels from Legacy. I can't wait to see this as AI or playable in the game. I don't know what he's doing here. This is that freaky tongue shake gif from the top, it looks like. What is he doing? He's in the water and he's like paddling like a dog. I'm not sure what this is meant to be unless it's like a little just slow movement through the water. This, I think this is bucking. Yeah, this is definitely bucking. Omni's pounced on him and he's swiping them off. I wonder if like when he does that buck, because he's got claws, if he's able to deal any bleed to the Omnis or nibble them at all. Guess we'll see. I'm assuming this is an in-water ult bite. Cool. I can't wait to see how these guys like fight smaller dinos or other barries in the water. Like I feel like that's just... I'm excited for that, honestly. And just a alt turn swim. Cool. Kentrode standing still. Probably sees a Rex or an Allo running it and knows it's done for. Cool to see that. I'm wondering how Kentrode will fit into the roster in comparison to how Stego fitted in. If it's just going to be like a nerfed Stego in the ecosystem or if it's going to stand out a bit more. Is this a different type of eat animation? I'm assuming. Had some more depth. That's always cool to see. I'm assuming this was the crouching run they're talking about, which leads to this like, well, because if you're crouched, you can then push up. Maybe it's like this more high or more powerful pounce for like things like Rex and stuff that are like higher than the normal pounce, and you'd struggle to get a pounce on it unless you're on a hill. Yeah, I think I can see that working that way. Ooh, para. Okay, little head turn there. Yeah, just a little simple animation. I'm not sure if we've seen these ones before, if they're new. Let me know in the comments. And I'm assuming that is the other attack. Maybe this is right mouse and this is left mouse. That kick. But that went fully forward, so I'm thinking if it's like Maya, it might do just a little bicycle kick, and then if you hold down, it does that strong kick like Maya. Yeah, it's just... Oh, yeah. Maybe that's the left click, and this is the left hold, or something like that. Just a little idle animation. Cool, cool. I love the look of Para. Just in general, it's just such a cool dinosaur. And a seated animation. Okay. Yeah, I like the detail they're going into on these ones, like even just the little leg moves, the head turns. It's all cool to see the tail moves. And without getting excited about this is another Trike. What is this? Maybe it's a sparring animation with Rex or something, I'm not sure. Next we have... Oh my... I think... Is that rigged? Oh, it is. That's the actual model with the skins. Look, without the skins, we're gonna say this looked pretty goofy, but seeing it with the skins, I think this design's actually growing on me. First I thought it looked a bit off with that big head, but it's kind of looking cool. It does look really similar to like a Giga now, just like a Giga with overgrown spine, but I like this. Is that an unpopular opinion? I'm not sure, but this just looks cool. Both these patterns, and hopefully it has some decent colors, because Trike has just been not colored at all. It's just oranges, reds, and that's about it. Another pattern. Oh, some green, some blue. Okay, I hope we'll get these colors, but we might not. There we go, looking good. Is this? I'm assuming this is the elder model from what Kiss and Kitten said. The feeling of being an elder Quetzal flying over the skies, looking for juvenile dinosaurs. Like, imagine you're like a baby galley and you turn in the woods and you just see this thing staring you down. That is so menacing. Another angle. Yeah, I like this design a lot. Adult Spino, looking good as always. An elder Spino. Okay, let's see if we can get this in line for a good comparison. Yeah, so it's All the spines get sharper and they have more like, so they just look older, more sharp and rigid and longer. Along the tail too, grows out hair, and they also have more scratches to make it look like they're more old. I'm assuming, um, 'cause these are two different angles. It just looks a bit more defined as a whole. The crest is bigger. That's nice to see, and it looks more like this eye above the eye. This looks more sharp. These are more sharpened out, and it's does it have more veins? No, I think it's around the same. Yeah, cool. I can't wait to see that in the game. It's probably gonna be hell of a hard journey to get to it though. Oh crap. When was the last time we saw stuff on him? Like the Hope trailer or something. Wow. Suka Mindless. The one everyone forgot about for their favorite kid, Barry. This is like the middle kid. You got Spino the oldest, Barry the youngest. Everyone loves those two, but then this poor little Suka has just been tossed aside. But me personally, I'm actually excited for all three. And looking at these skins, the red, the colors. I mean, me personally, this pattern, I like it, but I feel like these excessive jots here throw me off a little bit because it looks a bit like chicken pox. But I'll probably not even notice it when I'm playing the actual dinosaur, so it's fine. And wow, that's it. What a devblog, guys. I'll probably be linking this in the description if you guys want to go look at it yourself. Again, the Isle devs are cooking here. I mean, it wasn't crazy long, but for the content we got out of that, I'm happy with what I heard, and I guess Rex is on the horizon. So, I'll probably do a video playing him, and until then, guys, like and subscribe.